Hi everyone, this is Jamie Mason from the Fife Sport and Leisure Trust Health and Wellbeing team. My job is to deliver exercise programs for clients that have long-term conditions, and the sessions we're going to be looking to deliver today at the Michael Wood Centre is going to be a session for clients that are of a high falls risk, which means we're going to do a basic warm-up session for increasing your heart rate and getting you prepared for exercise. And then we're going to do a video that is based on strength and mobility, increasing your ability to carry out everyday tasks. So hopefully you enjoy the videos and you'll stay with me. Thanks very much. Right everybody, okay, so the first video, like we've decided to do, is going to be based around a warm-up, a really simple, basic warm-up, light exercises, not too strenuous. This video will probably be about 15 minutes worth of exercise maximum, okay? So what we need you all to do is start off by having your chair and sitting yourself as upright as you possibly can. Okay, so what's comfortable for you, try and straighten up and shuffle your bum forward towards the front half of the chair if you can do. So for this part, the warm-up is basically used to try and increase blood flow, get your muscles just that little bit warmer, and it's going to make it that lot easier for you to manage to do further exercises beyond this start point, okay? But you take it at your own pace, do what you can, and at any point if you need to stop and have a little break, please just stop and then join back in with me when you can do, okay? So the initial part for this, what I want to show you is how to transition between a seated position and a standing position, so that if any of you want to do some of the exercises standing, you can do. So the way that we do this is starting in the position with your bum halfway forward in your chair, feet flat down on the floor, heels underneath your knees. So what I want you to do is lean your weight forward towards your legs, and then driving through your heels and your thighs, you're going to push up nice and slow to a standing position. You're going to pedal your feet gently to make sure that you found your balance. Then you're going to take as many steps as needed to turn and come round to the back of your chair. So if you want to do your exercises standing, this is what you can do to bring yourself up to your feet and round to the back of the chair, and using the back of the chair to assist you if needed. Okay? For anyone else, please just stay seated for all of the exercises. You don't have to stand if you don't want to. Okay, so let's start again, coming to your posture position, halfway forward in your chair, sitting nice and tall, tummy in, head up, and we're ready to go. So, for starting the exercises, we'll start with a really simple leg march. So what I want you to do is resting your hands onto your thighs, keeping that back straight, nice and gently, you're just going to do a little march with me. So in your own time, one leg at a time, lifting. I want you to plant your toes first to the floor and then rolling down to your heels. Now for this, just go at your own pace. So don't worry about what anyone else next to you is doing, you just do what you can manage. Really good, and it's just keeping your legs going. Doesn't matter how fast you're going, and just thinking about that posture, keeping your back as straight as you can do. Okay, lovely everyone. So what we're going to do, we're going to stop by bringing your feet to a still, flat down on the floor, and the next movement we're going to do is an arm swing. This is designed just to try and loosen off your shoulders, okay? So what I want you to do is bring your hands to the side, keep your feet flat on the floor, and then nice and slowly, we're just going to start moving our arms from our shoulders, and I want you to keep at 90 degrees at your elbows. So you're going to keep your elbows fixed like this, and the swing is just going to come from your shoulders. Again, keep your head up, keep your back as straight as is comfortable for you, and then for there, you're just going to keep moving from the shoulders to get them loosened off. Very good. Okay, and just relaxing your arms there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put those two movements together now. So if you're standing, you can do this at the back of your chair, which I'll show you in a minute. For everyone that's staying seated, we're going to start nice and slow again, getting the feet going into a march. So join in with me now. And you're going to again rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel. And I want you to now bring the arms in as well. So you're going to just nice and gently swinging the arms from the shoulder, keeping the elbows fixed, moving in time with your feet. And remember, just go at your own pace, so take your time. For everyone that's standing, using your chair, you're going to have your feet marching, and if you're confident to use to do the exercise without holding the chair, you can then bring your arms in as well. What you might find that you want to do is keep one hand just touching the chair to keep balance, and you can just use one arm to march, and then after every 10 seconds you can swap to the other arm. Remember, rolling the feet from the ball of the foot to the heel and going at your own pace. Really good, everyone. So you should be starting to feel that you're getting a little bit warmer. Your muscles might be getting a little bit tired as well, but that's okay. That's how it should feel in the warm-up. Remember, you can stop and have a little break at any time if you need to. Lovely, everyone. Okay, I want you to just stop there and relax. Take a wee breath, get a drink if you need one, and then we're going to move into the next section. So we're going to transition now into your mobility phase of your warm-up. The idea behind the mobility is to get joints that you are about to use for some exercise moving and warmed up, prepared for what you're about to do. So if you're going to be doing some more exercises like we're just about to, the joints need to be loosened off to make sure that it's as safe as possible. So again, let's start with a posture check. So if you're in your chair, I want you to shuffle again to the front half of the seat if you can manage. Feet flat down onto the floor and sitting yourself as upright as is comfortable for you, okay? If you're standing, I just want you to make sure that you're still using the chair to assist if you need it. Straighten up, pull your shoulders back and stand as tall as you can do. Right, everyone. So the first exercise we're going to go into is a shoulder lift to try and loosen off and get movement in the shoulders. So standing or sitting nice and tall, very slowly we're going to lift our shoulders straight up towards the ears. Once you're there, you're going to then slowly bring them back down. So you want to lift up towards the ears, only holding for a couple of seconds, and then gently on the way back down again, okay? So keep that going for me at your own pace. And what I want you to try and do is not lean your shoulders forward or back. Keep yourself nice and straight, lifting all the way up and gently lowering all the way down. Okay, let's do two more. Add one. And relax. Give your arms just a little shake off for me. Okay, we're going to go back into our march because we want to try and keep the blood flowing after everything that we've done at the beginning, not cool down too much. So let's go back into what you were doing already. Gently marching with the feet, rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel, and then bring the arms in if you feel that you can manage. Remember, you can leave the arms out. If you feel that that's a little bit too much for you just now, please just do the legs. Going at your own pace, and again thinking about your posture. Try and keep yourself nice and tall, tummy pulled in, nice and easy. Good, everybody, really good. Okay, so stopping the march there, feet flat down. We're going to go into shoulder circles now. So the same idea, bringing the hands to the side, straighten up your back. We're going to nice and slowly draw your shoulders forward, then lift them up. Now slowly pull them back the way and gently drop them down behind. And we're going to just repeat that. So nice and slow, dropping forward, lifting, pulling back past the ears, slowly back down. So let's do another 5 of those together. Nice and slow. a nice smooth movement with these. And try not to hold your breath, so keep breathing at the same time as doing this. And keep thinking of your posture. Let's do 2 more. Excellent. Okay, and again, let's just give the arms a little shake. And then one more time, we're going to come back into your march again. So nice and gentle, start the feet. And then bring the arms in. So again, slow march. Trying to keep that blood moving and keeping you getting warmer as you're preparing through the warm-up session into more exercises later on. Just go in at your own pace. Don't worry about what anyone else next to you is doing. Thinking of your posture, keeping your back nice and straight. And relaxing there. Okay, so your next exercise is the side bend. So what we're going to be doing for this one is bring your hands to your side. It's the same if you're standing. We're going to keep the feet planted onto the floor. And then what we're going to do is nice and slowly is lean over to one side, but using the hand that's not leaning to hold the chair so you don't go too far over. Nice and slowly straightening up and then over to the other side. And up again. Okay, so nice and slow, leaning over. Try not to lean your body weight forward or back. Go straight over to the side. Slowly straighten and then over to the other side. It's a good exercise if you needed to lean down to pick up your TV remote. Very good. Taking your time. Let's do 1 more each side. Okay, right, let's go back into your march again. You'll be getting used to this by now. So, slowly with the feet. Rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel, and then bringing the arms in if you can manage. So you should be feeling pretty warm by now, starting to feel a bit more comfortable with the exercises. Remember, if you get too out of breath, please stop, have a little break, and then you can join in again with me when you feel that you've rested. Nice and easy at your own pace and relaxing there. Okay, so your next one is a trunk twist. So what we're going to do is keep the feet planted on the floor, hands resting onto the thighs. So very slowly what we're going to do is turn to look to one side at your own pace, and you're going to reach your hands over to the side of your chair as you turn to look to the wall to your side. Then slowly facing forward again, hands back to center, and then you're going to transition your hands to the other side. And turn to look to your side, and slowly forward again. So we'll do 1 more each side, and try not to overturn too far, only go as far as is comfortable for you, okay? Nice and slow, twist and look. Then back to the front. And then the other side, twist and look. Slowly to the front again and relax. Okay, so resetting your posture, sitting forward in your chair, as straight as you can get. Let's march again. So feet back into your gentle march and bring in the arms if you can. Keep going, everybody. We're getting towards the last couple of movements now. And you'll be feeling like you've probably done a bit of a workout with this, and that's how it should feel. Remember, work at your own pace. Slow it down if you need to, or stop and have a breather at any time. And relaxing there, feet flat down on the floor. Okay, so last mobility movement is going to be for your ankles. So what we're going to be doing is sitting nice and tall, bringing one foot just off of the floor by a couple of inches. Nice and slowly, what I want you to do is just push as if you're aiming your toe towards the floor, pointing your foot and then bringing your toe as if you want to try and point it up towards the ceiling, okay? So you're just going to slowly point the toe towards the floor and then lift your toe towards the ceiling. Now if that's too tiny for you to keep your leg off the floor, what you can do is point your toe and then touch it to the ground, and then when you lift your toe to point to the ceiling, you can place your heel down onto the floor. So you can have a little rest for your leg in between doing each movement. So what we're going to do, we'll do 5 for this ankle, and then we'll do 5 on the other side. So nice and easy, pointing the toe to the ground, and then slowly lifting your toe to the ceiling. Remember, touch your toe to the floor, and then your heel if you need to. So let's do 3 more. Remember, don't hold your breath. Keep breathing, just nice and steady as you're doing this. 2 more. Okay, let's bring that foot to the ground. Plant it nice and flat. Rest. Now you're going to bring your other foot just up a couple of inches off the floor. Slowly, I want you to do the exact same movement. So point the toe, and then lift the toe towards the roof. Remember, you can rest your foot down in between if you need to. Doing really well, everybody. So let's try and do 3 more. Point the toe and lift the toe. Last one. Okay, and relax that foot down as well. Right, last bit, we're going to go back into 1 more march just to finish off this warm-up section. So, posture check, back nice and straight, feet flat down. Let's start with the feet going, rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel, and bring your arms in as well. Again, you just go at your own pace. Don't worry about anyone else. Remember to breathe. And you should feel like you've done a pretty good warm-up now, ready for whatever other exercises you might have in store. You might find that this is enough when you get to this point, so if you needed to stop, that's fine. So only do what you can manage. And bring your feet, gentle stop, and relax. Lovely everybody, well done. Hi everybody. Okay, so this next session that we're filming is going to be based around your dynamic endurance and some strength endurance work as well. Hopefully we can keep this to about 15 minutes maximum as well. The idea of this session is to help increase your endurance, so your fitness and how much you can manage, so you can be stronger on your legs, last a little bit longer on your feet. So all of these exercises are really helpful for increasing that strength and that endurance for you as well. The first part is dynamic endurance, so that will be a lot of movement-based exercises that we're going to try and do on your feet if you can manage, but please don't worry. If you're far more comfortable staying seated, then please stay in your chair, and I will show you the options for each exercise to do while you're sitting. For everybody else that wants to stand and do this with me, remember from the last video, the warm-up video, we showed you how to do a transition to standing. I'll run through that quickly just now before we get started. So, everybody shuffle forward to the front half of your chair, keeping yourself nice and upright, feet flat down on the floor and about hip width apart. So for everyone that's staying seated, you just stay there where you are now. For everyone that wants to stand, I want you to now lean your weight forward into your legs and down into your heels, and you're going to push up through your arms on the chair and through your legs, nice and slowly to stand. Gently just march your feet to make sure you've got your balance. We're going to turn and come round to the back of your chair for me. Standing nice and tall, hands onto the back of the chair for support if you need it, okay? Right, so your first exercise, we're going to start with your marching. So what we want to do, keeping a hold of the chair, or if you're sitting, please sit yourself nice and upright. We're going to start with marching your feet, rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel. Keeping yourself nice and tall as you're doing this, and head up if you can, please. Now if you're comfortable to do this, what you can do is bringing in the arms as well, swinging from the shoulders and keeping the elbows fixed. Nice and slow, work at your own pace, take your time, and remember at any time if you need to stop during this session, please stop and have a little rest. Very good, everyone. Remember, you just go nice and easy, do what you can. Now if you can start to bring your knees just a little bit higher, but don't worry about your pace, so you don't need to go any faster. It's just about putting a little bit more effort into the lifting of the legs. Remember, you can always hold on to the chair again if you need to, while working the legs. Okay, so your first exercise, what we're going to do is stopping, bring your feet flat to the floor, taking them to about hip width apart. So nice and slowly, what I want you to do, keeping a hold of the chair, is lifting one foot off the floor and gently just tapping it slightly further out to the side. Pointing your toe until it touches the floor, and then bringing your foot back into the center of the chair. Then we'll try the other side. So lifting your foot, taking just out to the side, point your toe and touch it just to the floor, and then bringing it back into center. So I want you to just keep doing that for me, nice and easy, and just go at your own pace. If you're sitting down, you're going to keep doing the exact same as well. So hold into the chair with your hands, back nice and straight, and then just very slowly, taking your foot just out to the side, point your toe, touch to the floor, and then back to center. Now make sure, whether you're standing or sitting, that your foot is flat down onto the ground in the middle before you then use the other leg. But nice and easy. Trying to strengthen up your hips and your legs with this one, and pointing the toe as far down until you touch the floor as you can. So keep going. Do 4 more for me. Okay, relaxing there, bring your feet back to center underneath your hips. Let's go back into a march again for me. So nice and slow, marching the feet, rolling them from the ball of the foot to the heel, and bringing the arms in if you're comfortable to do so. You start to feel that your legs might get a little bit tired during this. So again, remember, if you need a little break, just stop, have a rest, and then join back in with us when you feel ready to do. Now while you do this, keep breathing, try not to hold your breath. So just breathe nice and gently while you keep moving as well. Right, the next exercise is going to be a side step. So stopping there, bringing your feet close together behind the chair or in front of you if you're sitting. If you're standing, keep a hold of the chair just now. What we're going to do is take a little step out with your outside foot on one side. Make sure your heel is down on the floor this time, and then I want you to bring the other foot with you until your feet are side by side. So that's a step to one side. You're going to return then your inside leg to the middle, heel down, then bring the other foot back. And then we'll go to the other side. So stepping out, heel down, bringing the other foot with you, both heels on the floor, then coming back, heel down, and to center. So try not to travel too far to begin with. A nice small side step from one side to the other. Still using your hands to hold onto the chair if you need to. I want you to try and keep your head forward and back as straight as you can while you do this. So keep going if you're standing. For everyone that's sitting down, what you're going to do is just take a step to one side and then bring your other foot over as far as you can. So back to middle, and then just a little step and a little step to the side. I want you to remember when you're doing this, when you're seated, you're going to keep your hands holding to the side of your chair for support at all times. So you're just doing nice small steps while still sitting down. Remember your posture, standing or sitting, is keeping yourself nice and tall and your head up. So keep going, everybody. Make sure the heels are down before stepping. This will help you keep your balance, and then using the chair to assist if you need it while you're standing. Let's do one more each side. Perfect. Okay, stopping there in the centre. So what we're going to do is come back into your march again. So nice and slow, rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel. Bring the arms in if you can manage. And remember, if you feel up to it, try and bring your knees that little bit higher as you're marching. Keeping the head up. And remember to keep breathing while you're doing this. So remember, nice and steady. You go at whatever pace is comfortable for you. Stop and have a little rest if you need to. And then join in with me again when you can. Okay, and relaxing there. So let's try one that's a little bit more challenging this time. We'll try a double step for everybody that is standing. So nice and tall, hands onto the chair. So what you're going to do is start with your step, heel to the floor, then your other foot. And if you're confident enough, you can then do another step, coming away from the chair and releasing the hand. Stepping back, feet together, and again to the middle of the chair. So only do this if you feel confident enough to step away without having to hold on to the chair. Otherwise, just go back to doing one step so you can still hold on. So stepping, heel down, other side, and then again, if you're okay to do so, another step out. Take your time, nice and steady, making sure your feet are planted to the floor before you take your next step. So this is a double step now, to one side and then to the other. If you're sitting, you just continue doing what you did for the last exercise, stepping to one side with one foot and following with the other. Nice and slow with this one. If you go too quickly, you might lose your balance, so you want to make sure that your feet are planted, and that means you need to go nice and slow as you're doing it. Try and keep the head up and looking forward if you can manage that. Okay, let's just do one more each side. Heels to the floor before you step again. Lovely, well done. Okay, relaxing, holding back onto the chair if you're standing. Let's do a posture check. So sitting yourself upright or standing yourself nice and tall, shoulders back, head up, tummy in, and then we're going to go for our march again. So nice and easy, get the feet going, rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel, bring the arms in, and lift the knees a little bit higher if you can manage. Remember, if you need a rest at this point, you've done quite a lot already, so please feel free to stop and have a little break. But if you're keeping going, then well done. Just remember to listen to how hard you're breathing. If you need to slow it down, you can either go a little bit slower with the exercise, or you can stop and have a break as well. Lovely, everyone. Okay, let's relax there. You've probably worked really hard, so stop and get a little drink now if you need one, or just stop to have a little break if you need one. The next two exercises I'm going to show you to finish off are some strength exercises, specifically for your legs today. So these are really beneficial for helping to increase the strength of the muscles in your legs, which will make it easier for you to stand for longer periods of time, or be able to stand in the kitchen to pour yourself a hot drink or make a cup of tea. So it's really beneficial to help you be on your feet for that little bit longer. So what I want you to do is, if you are staying seated, please just stay in your chair just now. For everybody that is standing, be back behind your chair, feet together and hands holding onto the back. So what we're going to do to start off is a squat exercise. So I want you to take your feet so they're just outside the width of your hips. So take your feet that little bit wider. Make sure your heels are flat down on the floor just now. So what I want you to do is make sure that for this one today, you're going to keep a hold of your chair with both hands, okay? So very slowly, you're going to start to bend your knees, and you're going to push your bum back the way behind you, which will then bring the shoulders slightly forward. As you do this, I want you to bend your knees just down a couple of inches to begin with. Slowly push through your heels to stand up again. So heels down, bend the knees, push your bum back, and shoulders will come slightly forward. Don't go too far down, you've got to know what you can manage, so start off nice and easy to begin with. So again, just keep going, nice and slowly. I want you to just go in your own pace for this one. So from the side, this is what it should look like. Bum coming back, heels stay down, nice and slowly, and you don't even need to go too far down. If your legs start to get tired, please just stop, have a little rest, and join in again when you can. For the people that are sitting down, all I want you to do is actually holding onto the chair with both hands, back nice and straight, and slowly you're just going to lift one leg up off the floor, hold for 2 seconds, and then slowly bring that foot until it's flat on the floor again, and then do the same with the other side. And you're just going to repeat this for me at the same time as everybody else that's standing is doing their squats. And this will still strengthen up the muscles in your legs. So just go at your own pace, do what you can, and remember, rest if you need to at any time. So let's just do 3 more exercises. So nice and slow, down, and straighten up all the way to standing. Bending the knees, pushing the hips and the bum back, and then drive through the heels all the way up. 1 more. Okay, and just relax there. So all I want you to do is just a very gentle march, just to ease off the legs. So rolling ball of the foot to the heel. Nice easy breathing, try not to hold your breath. The last exercise is a leg curl. So we're using this just to strengthen the back of your legs. So you've done really well, everyone. This will be your last one. So we're going to stop there, resting the feet. So for this one, holding onto the chair, we're going to make sure your feet are close together and using that chair for support nice and slowly. I want you to bend from the knee, lifting one heel up behind you. Now if you can only lift just off of the floor, that's fine. So only come up as far as you can manage. Slowly then bring your foot down, put your foot flat onto the ground, and then you can lift the other side. And try and make sure you're using both hands to hold onto the chair for this one. Once your foot's all the way down, change to the other leg. I want you to go nice and slowly, keep going for me. If you're sitting down, all I need you to do is again, sitting upright, holding the chair at the side. You're just going to do a push back, bring your foot underneath the chair, and then bring your foot forward, flat onto the ground. Then the other side, so pulling your heel behind the chair underneath you, and then forward, flat onto the floor again. So you can only go as far as you can manage underneath the chair. Nice and easy, and then foot forward. So you keep going, one leg, then the other. And if you're standing, keep going, holding with both hands, lifting from the knee, all the way down, and the other side. Let's do 1 more on each leg. So bending at the knee, heel up, slowly down, and the other side. Slowly down. Okay, and relaxing. Now you can either come back behind your chair, holding on, or stay seated. Right, that was the end of your strength and your endurance session. You should feel like you've worked pretty hard with those exercises, and hopefully you'll feel the benefit of doing these regularly. Thank you.